Warning. The content that you're about to watch may be highly offensive. If you suffer from acute offense syndrome, then please consult your mommy and daddy. BigDicko is not responsible for any mental or physical damages. Also, grow up, cunt.
Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know what because. Still believe. Dicko. Oh, what is this? What is this video I've just found?
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Is This Okay? Where we talk about things and ask the question, is this okay?
So today we're gonna talk about a very scary topic. Offensive Halloween costumes!
Oh, come on now, guys. You're just fucking asking for this. Gregsy, grab me a cider. No, not the fucking warm ones. The ones in the fridge, you fucking moron. I might need a few more of these, Gregsy. Can only go downhill from here.
Good, that's great. So
don't laugh at me!
I saw a lot of articles being written about the Moana costume. There was like this costume where it was like, you know, full tats, and also you could see like the brown skin underneath the tats. So I would like to ask friends, where do you draw the line with offensive costumes?
Well, I'm sure you're about to tell us. Native American woman, MC Hammer's curvy black daughter, black woman who's possibly a lesbian, gay Asian who needs longer pants, and token white woman who looks like a prostitute from the deep south.
Well, for me personally, we see like sexy Indian, and then we also see the warrior.
Paul, I agree. These two stereotypes greatly offend Chief Big and Strong like Bull Dicko. Hashtag not all sexy Indians.
When I see Asian costumes, because a lot of it actually appeals to a very pan-Asian, like, oh, Japanese and Chinese, they're like basically the same thing.
Oh, what do you mean they're not the same thing? As they say in my country, man who farts in a church sits in his own pew.
For instance, like that MLK party, and it was like, come dressed as black people. And it's like, so then you have people throwing up gang signs and wearing baggy clothes and doing all this shit, but when have you ever seen a party being like, oh, come dressed as white people?
For this one, I actually went and did a little bit of research, and it turns out she's spot on. See, this is where context is important. Even though Martin Luther King was a plagiarizer, terrible father, womanizer, and a dirty communist, Martin Luther King Day, for all intents and purposes, represents the strive for equality under the law for the black community. So to celebrate what this day represents by dressing up as some of the worst manifestations of black culture, like gangbangers, throwing up gang signs is a bit fucking retarded. Back to my own bigotry.
If I wore an offensive costume that offended you or something, and I were to say to you, Chris, it's just a costume, like, get over it, it's just Halloween. Like, how would you react to that?
I don't give a fuck.
Because everyone thinks that it's just this one thing, it normalizes a lot of these horrible like mindsets of like, oh, well, I thought black people just looked like this. I thought Asian people just looked like this. I thought Native people just looked like this.
That's how Native Americans dress.
Who? Which retards actually think, for example, that all Chinese people look like this? And what apparent horrible mindset is this perpetuating? That all Chinese people wear fucking triangle hats? That all they do all day is eat shark fin soup, dogs, and write fortune cookies? Let's imagine that this was true. Where's the implication that they're inferior, corrupt, or immoral? Exactly. There isn't, you fucking morons. I'll give you an example of something actually offensive and perpetuates a horrible stereotype. I'm gonna be all German people ever. 3, 2, 1. Kill all the Jews, blacks, gypsies, and retards!
And you would not believe the number of people who actually seriously, in all seriousness, will ask me, but isn't that the way Native Americans dress?
Say what? Jesus Christ! Why aren't you in therapy? Immediately!
If someone came to me and said, you know, I want to dress as Pocahontas for Halloween, or I want to dress as Crazy Horse for Halloween, I'd be like, great. Learn about them, what tribes they were from, what their traditions were, how they actually dressed.
Don't tell me what to do.
What their actual history was, not just I'm generically dressing in this weird little buckskin fringe and calling it Pocahontas. If you don't know anything about the character you're dressing as, why do you want to dress as that character in the first place? Wouldn't you rather dress as something that you are impressed by, that you do have some knowledge of?
And here, encapsulated in this little sentence, is everything wrong with the left and those that crave big government. Insecure control freaks. You want to dress up as a skeleton for Halloween, little 5-year-old Jimmy? Don't forget to study up on your osteology and human anatomy. Throw some biomechanics in there for good measure. What do you mean you only want to dress up as a skeleton because it looks cool? Fuck you, you ignorant piece of shit!
You say that you're trying to honor those people and that culture if you didn't even take 2 seconds to look it up.
Seriously, this is gonna give me prostate cancer. cancer. You queefs understand we're talking about Halloween. It's a retarded holiday mainly celebrated by children as an excuse to create extravagant costumes to show off. It's not Dia de los Muertos. There's no honouring. No one's honouring Dracula or pumpkins or Japanese anime or Jimmy Savile. Stop being such self-absorbed cunts.
It takes 2 seconds to look it up, and it's easy peasy lemon squeezy for us because we're all culturally competent. But I think like...
What, just then? Something, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy for us because we're so superior, and then I stopped listening.
I think this just goes beyond...
What does it go beyond, sweetheart? Let me guess. Some racist implication that even though it's mainly just white people, we have to look beyond that, and then everyone will nervously nod their heads in fervent agreement because of the token white lady at the end.
Like, only white people doing it? I think that...
Just like clockwork. It's been 3 minutes and no one's mentioned systematic racism yet. Are you ladies feeling alright?
It is important that we, like, look deeper into this and kind of dismantle systematic racism. And
oh yeah, that's the stuff.
Halloween itself just perpetuates all these stereotypes. It's not one specific group that does it. I think, you know, the holiday itself, the holiday, it's not just race, it's misogyny, it's homophobia, it's all of, transphobia, you know, Islamophobia, it's all of these things.
So essentially, to these SJW liberal fuckwits, Halloween in their eyes is what? The Donald Trump of the holiday season? It's all the phobias and all the ists mixed into one toupee wearing fake tan sporting hate pie. Halloween is literally Hitler. I like how they squeeze Islamophobia onto the end there too. Your fear of Muslims is so irrational that you feel compelled to go out on Halloween dressed up as what? Bin Laden? Muhammad? Actually, don't do that last one.
Again, both of those people are fine. You can live in the same world, but the person that's not offended has no right to tell the other person that they shouldn't be offended.
I have every right to tell you not to get offended, just as you have the same right to not listen. Like now, for instance. I'm going to assert my right to self-preservation and stop watching this fucking video. See you later, syphilitic sack inspectors.
Doctors say I am the last, causing suffering from realness. Got my niggas in Paris and they going gorillas. Ball so hard motherfuckers wanna find me. Ball so hard motherfuckers wanna find me.